Okay. Let's switch this up a little bit. So let's go. Raheem Sterling furious after ex-Premier League chief claims some black players would be in jail if not for football. Say what? Say what? Now, off the title alone, right? You can see where someone want to snap. That's because you're not thinking. You can't snap on something when you do the same things. You say the same things, you move the same ways. You know what I'm saying? How many times do you hear brother from the hood, brother from the ends say, if it weren't for football, I don't know what I would have done. Football saved my life, blah, blah, blah. Ian famously went in, fixed up. You know what I'm saying? I think it was tickets or speeding or something. It's not like deep, but either way, you broke the law, innit? Pennant went jail. You know what I'm saying? Not to be just picking on, well, this is about black players, so let me just stick to that. I know he's mixed race, but you know what that means? You get me? Yeah, it's a lot. It sounds crazy, but it only sounds crazy because of who it's coming from. And they didn't say ex Premier League white chief. It just says ex chief. How we know he ain't Asian or he ain't black? We don't know until we read. So let's go and find out. But I can honestly say when I first read that, I was like, what? Yeah, gonna tear this man's back, blood. What's going on? What are you talking about? As I read it right now in front of you, lot, I'm like, nah. A lot of brothers be claiming if it weren't for this and if it weren't for that, I might be there. So technically, is that wrong? Let's read on. Okay, Raheem Sterling has reportedly been left furious over comments made by former Premier League chief about black players. Stuart Webber, who was sporting director at Norwich between 2017 and 2023, has sparked anger after talking about helping the less privileged. And there he go right there. So we're going to come back to that picture while we have our ending breakdown. You get me? We'll talk about Mr. Webb. Yeah, man. The former Liverpool chief used young players as an example, including players who came through at Norwich. But he has caused upset after suggesting some players would be at risk of going to jail if not for football. The Welshman 39 said, "We we want to help the guys who really need it, not the ones who are maybe privileged." What I saw that with our young footballers. All right, let me just pause there real quick. What do you mean you don't want to help out the privilege? It's not about the privilege. It's not about where you come from. It's sport. Who's better? Who's the best one? That's who you recruit. You get me? Or maybe you recruit the top 3 or the top 5, depending. You might just want to grab a batch, right? But when it comes down to it, it shouldn't matter where someone is from. You're meant to cast your net far and wide. Whoever is the best. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's worse than that. So I say worse. Sometimes it's worse than that because it's not about you being the best. Do you fit here? You know what I'm saying? Do you fit here? You can't say you. So that means like, so when he was at wherever he was at when he was working, he's like, London, the London area. That's where we need to go. So he's not going nowhere else. You know what I mean? He ain't going nowhere else. Not saying that there's only black people in London, but wherever you go, he's only looking for poor black people in tower blocks. Is that what you're saying? Compared to the white guy who's at Oxford, why can't he be as good? Why? Because he's at Oxford. Like, that's silly. Johnny Rowe wouldn't mind me saying it, but him, Abu Kamara, Max Aarons, Jamal Lewis, Raheem Sterling, back in the day at Liverpool. See, okay, because he was at Liverpool then too. Where they came from, it had to work out for them in football because the alternative is potentially jail or something else. The alternative is potentially jail or something else. The players in question, including Sterling, are deeply offended by the comments, according to the Mirror. While one has made contact with Webber and asked him to explain himself, it prompted a backlash from two of the named players' mothers, as well as campaigner for anti-racism against Kick It Out. Sorry, anti-racism organization Kick It Out. Tory Townsend, the mum of Bournemouth defender Max Aaron's Amber, wrote on X, Twitter, I'm shocked at Stuart Webber's casual racism and blatant disrespect for all of these black players and their families. As Max Aaron's mum, Aaron Max's mum, however you want to say it, it's his Twitter feed. As Max's mum and a good friend of Jamal Lewis's mum, right? Sorry, they all got Twitter handles. They're confusing me. So let me start again. So, as Aaron's mum and a good friend of Lewis's mum, I know that there is not a chance any of those boys now would have been in jail. Katarina Lewis, mother of Watford loanee Jamal Lewis, added, "That's not true at all. Very unprofessional comment to make. How can that assumption be made by Stuart? Townsend, father of Luton ace Angel Townsend, posted, I bet Johnny Rowe would mind. I bet Johnny Rowe would mind, as would the other players and their families. Makes you wonder what gets said behind closed doors about them if this is what the club's former sporting director is prepared to say publicly. Utter disgrace. Webber is understood to have reached out to apologize to the players and their families for his comments." Whoa! Now, what do you guys? Where are we standing on this? What are we saying? What are we saying? What are we saying? What are we saying? I think personally, it you can't just say it on black people, even if we say it about ourselves. You know, sometimes I don't remember any of these man, literally any of these guys saying it, but you know, like I brought up the names already, like Ian, right? You know, I've been the old school brothers that it could have gone left or right. What do I do? You know what I'm saying? You might have to talk to man like Ince, Trevor Sinclair, like brothers like that to see and ask them, yo, was it a thin line from you guy in training, staying focused, even Rio, staying focused, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they're taking long journeys on trains and buses because they don't play for clubs that are in their area. You know what I'm saying? They're playing for the big boys, so they got to make moves, and they might not even be in London. You know what I'm saying? They might be further out, Luton and all that. Like Jack Wilshere found out. Luton, he's from Luton. And Luton was like his first love and all that. Get me? He got sent to Arsenal as a baby. He don't know what he's doing, just going. But as the black players, you have to let man tell their own story, bruv. You can't come out and be saying stupid shit like that. You could have said it without like bringing up black. What you bring up black for? Privilege is fine. The privilege and underprivilege. Naming people is where you fucked up because you only name black people or mixed race people. So that's bad. That's very bad. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? That's the problem. It's probably something that was in his head the whole time. It's probably an agenda, which is crazy because that agenda probably got those players into the clubs that they're playing for right now. His little, oh yeah, let's go and help the poor little black guys. You know what I'm saying? Is the reason why you here. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not the reason why you're here. Clearly you're here because you're good, but he picked you for that reason. Not picking that white guy over there. He's dad. He's got his mum and dad. Nah, fuck that. I'm picking you. I only see you and your mum. You get me? And your boots look terrible. My man's got white boots on and he ain't even done nothing yet. Yeah, see? Levels to the game. But so that's why I don't know how like Sterling can get upset. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, he is upset, furious. But you wouldn't be here except for that guy picking you. I'm assuming is him or his team that picked the players. You know what I mean? We all know it's wrong what he said. Let's not even try and make it out. But it's within the details of what he's saying. That's what's wrong. It's not even like blase. What he's saying, details is wrong. Helping people that's less privileged is a good thing. But once you're saying it, like say, we ain't goddamn the best thing. Sorry, people. Let's even racist people like to use it. Even, shall I say, the light racist people. You get me? They all assume the black guy can run the fastest. The black guy is the best at football. The black guy can jump the highest. The black guy can dunk. The black guy can dance. The black guy can sing, even, maybe. I don't know if singing is up there. That might be questionable. But everything else, dancing, graffiti, crime, even. And I'm saying everything that we are good at. Sorry, I keep dropping this little board that I have. Everything that we are good at becomes a racist thing. That, yeah, of course they're going to win. Of course. It's the black guys here, of course. But I agree with Sterling. I think I'm not furious. I think he misspoke. I think some of his, I don't want to call it racism. Get me? Because, you know, when they say, nah, it's still racist, it's just positive racism. How can you have positive racism? It's not positive. You know what I'm saying? Well, I say it's not positive, as in, I mean, you know, like when they say, all Asians are good at homework or good at maths and are good, you know what I'm saying? Women are bad at driving, or even Asian women are worst ones at driving, those type of things. But that's a bad thing. If it's, yeah, the black guy is going to win, I want the black guy on my team, right? That's racist. Then, because if it's racist, then it's racist for anyone to say it. A black guy to say it would be racist. So then, is it racist? Or does it only make it racist because it comes from a certain person? I can juggle on that all day. I want to know what you guys are saying down below in the comments. Let me know. Who you standing with? Do you think he was within his rights to say that, Mr. Webber? Do you think Sterling and them man took it too far? Do you think there was no need for the parents to come out? Do you back the parents coming out? Because you got to defend your children, especially when it comes from a higher power people. You got to defend your children. What do you guys say? I really want to know. You get me? For me, this is one of the things I kind of dislike about myself is I can see both sides on most things, even when it's wrong. I'll be like, I've got the brain to understand things. You get me? I'm not on their side. I understand it. I understand war. You get me? From the point of, you bomb me, I'm coming to bomb you. Like, no problem with that. Like, that makes perfect sense, right? I understand it. I understand, certain man ain't giving us money so we can do these things within the government. So what? Gonna put drugs on the thing, get money, bang, there we go. Now we can protect the land. I understand it. I do not agree with it. Understanding is not the same as agreeing. Just hope everyone understands that. But I want to know what you guys are saying. Let me know down below. All right, next up, boy, we talking about the one and only Robinho. Oh yeah, shit's going left for some guys and it's not going good for him.
5 on jungle is another place. 587 TV, other lick. Yeah, real TV, reality TV. 587 bar level. 5 on jungle is. Yeah, Godfather. See there? 1.
What's up, people? Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.